Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. If you are new around here, please do subscribe down below. As always, you're going to want to subscribe because this video is going to give you loads of trading tips, and there's going to be some sniping filters in here. There's going to be some information about what happened with the shapeshifters yesterday, as well as other ways that you can be investing your coins right now. But this video is also a giveaway. The reason for that is to celebrate the fact that we've hit 200 subscribers over on Twitch. That's paying subs. So I like to give back to the people that help support me. The giveaway was supposed to be on the stream, but I know some of you guys can't be in every stream, but most of you watch the videos. So I thought I'd do it on the video. That way you guys can get involved over the course of the week, if that makes sense. And I'm going to be running one soon over on Twitter as well. So make sure you come and follow me on Twitter. The link is down below. As always, if you wish to watch me do this live, click on the link, come and follow me on Twitch, get involved, become a Fuzzballer. We make a lot of coins and it's really good fun. But yeah, so this video essentially, lads, aside from the giveaway, I explained how you enter that at the end, by the way, is essentially to go over yesterday what happened with the Shapeshifters release, a couple of bits of tips and like for you to make coins, and then give you some sniping filters. And they're going to be silver sniping filters. You guys know I'm a silver trader. It's where I make coins, but right now it's where the coins are at in this game. Icons are very difficult to trade with at the moment. The market's very, very skittish. And special cards are a bit flat. They're not as good as they used to be because that filter seems to be drained. Talking about icons, the mid-icon SBC, it was released again. The code for it was released again on Twitter. I think it was Footwatch that might have brought it out. So the mid-icon is going to be coming. And again, I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys, it's the first trading tip for you, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys, go and invest in fodder right now, because I know a lot of people don't like being unassigned. People just don't like doing it. But I want to show you that when that sort of leak got released, loads of people bought into fodder and it didn't come out. And this is why I'm saying don't buy into fodder. You don't need to. As an example, Gerard PK, when the base icon SBC came out last time, jumped from about 30k up to 42,000 coins. There will be hype about the mid-icon SBC purely based upon the fact of the step up in some of the icons. As an example, Baby Hullet to Mid Hullet, there's a huge difference between those two cards. Mid Hullet's incredibly meta, and it's a 3.5 million coin card. People are going to do it. My advice to you is if the mid-icon does drop, now that we've got a conclusive code in there it's a new code, and it's not the mid-icon pack from the icon swaps. Now we have the conclusive code in there. The moment that mid-icon drops, buy into fodder. That's the first bit of tip and advice I can give you. Buy into all the fodder. Now, those of you who ask me what fodder is and don't know what fodder is essentially any card that's relatively unusable but can be used for SBCs. Examples of this, in terms of 83 rateds, I'd say stuff like Thomas Lamar, Ilara Mendy is one that I always talk about all the time. Florian Thauvin, because he's a right wing. I stick away from the 83s because I don't think there's going to be an 83 requirement, but you never know. 84s with players like João Moutinho, players that you're not really going to put into your team. 85s, the likes of, realistically actually, most 85s now, unless they're overly meta, can probably go into there. You'd probably be able to make coins from any of them. The guys that I've usually specifically liked are players like Sergei Milinkovic-Savic. I know he's in form at the moment, but players like him that, again, not really many people use in teams. That's always a good buy. 86s are your usual staples, like Verratti, Pjanic. I really like Di Maria. I always like Di Maria as an investment for that because he's a right winger. They're in short supply at that level. Also for 85, Saul and Koke are good ones. Number one, it's a strong link, so it's good for Kem. 87s, for me, the two that I've always liked are Benzema and Casemiro. They both link to each other, strong link to each other, which is nice. They're sort of ones there. 88s, obviously PK. 89s, players such as Busquets. If that mid-icon drops this weekend, which there's a chance it does, we never know, we've been saying it for weeks now, but if it does drop, buy into fodder. I cannot stress that enough, without a doubt. But yesterday saw the release of Shapeshifters. Now, I want to show you on Footbin, as always, this card here was the one that intrigued me the most, Yusuf Attal. Now, this graph, as I always tell you, shows the average price of him, basically. This is the average you see here, basically. Now, it says he was averaging at 413 and 431, and he's shot up in price. He's now 474, something like that. 474 is what he's selling for, according to Footbin at the moment. Now, something that Footbin doesn't do, and I always say this, is tell you the actual selling price of him. Now, I picked up an Attal at 340 as I saw his price start to climb, and I sold him at 480 yesterday, right? Big profit. But what Footbin doesn't tell you is that during Lightning rounds, all of the shapeshifters were being listed with massive, massive undercuts. As an example, I'll show you Attal. This one is from the second Lightning round, I think it was. And by the second Lightning round, he was sort of sat at 413 on average, but he was way higher than that. He was getting up to 450, 460. And one was listed there for 400. I just wanted to list him up to show you guys that they were selling for that. Now, what does that mean for you guys? Firstly, do I think he stays at 474? Possibly not, especially after Weekend League he comes down. There's no doubt in my mind he comes down after Weekend League. However, if you, for example, think, right, he's going to come down after this lightning round potentially, what do I think about buying him at? I would watch the first lightning round and see what happens to his price. So at 6 o'clock, look at the lightning round and say, okay, cool. He's at 474 now, and the undercuts will happen. They will happen, and what happens is he gets lower and lower and lower. The lightning round then ends, or packs stop being opened up, and he starts to climb again, right? See the bounce back there to know then in the next lightning round if you can buy into him. Now, I made 140k before tax on him by buying him at 340. Do I think he gets down to 340 again in the lightning round today? No, I don't. But do I think he can get down to 400 again? Yeah, without a doubt. I think there's a chance during lightning rounds on Xbox specifically, he gets down to 400. I saw it too many times happen yesterday before the bounce back. So if I'm setting 400 as my level, I'm thinking, right, I still want to pick him up slightly lower than that if I can before I buy into him. But at 400 means realistically you need to be picking him up at about, like, selling for 430, 440 to make a decent bit of profit off of him. That ain't that hard. I've got to be honest with you, I don't think it's going to be that difficult. It's a very good card. Very, very good card. The thing you have to be mindful of is in certain other players, like Riyad Mahrez, he started off quite high, and I was debating him as an investment. I was like, does he keep going up? He's relatively meta, but he didn't. What he did is he came down. Now, out of packs will probably rise again, because that tends to be what happens. But he got down to 388 before climbing up to 402 there. He's currently selling for 409 on Xbox, 423 on PS. He actually went higher than that last night. Overnight, if you do pick him up, overnight is the time to sell. I can't stress that enough. The market's in lower supply, so overnight, you'll usually get a better buy or a better price. But with Mahrez, again, I'm looking at that and thinking, right, his current sell price is 400. That's where the market's decided his value is. When I'm sniping tonight, I'm thinking, right, let's see if it comes down to 360, 350, 340. And then I'm thinking, right, that's my buy-in price. Because if he then bounces back to 380, because there's more of him on the market, I'm still picking up 20k profit. So it's something to think about the shapeshifters. Something else that I want to show the shapeshifters. Firstly, I think it's a good promo. I think they've done relatively well in the cards. But one of the things that was massively important about the shapeshifters, for me, was EA gave people a card that's relatively easy to grind. And specifically, I think personally, a very good card. I've looked at his stats. He's a very, very good card. Very well-rounded. But one of my Twitch subs says to me yesterday, does this increase the demand for the Liga NOS? And I was like, I don't know how many people are going to link a Battaglia to him, an 84 Battaglia. How wrong I was. And I'll hold my hands up when I get things wrong. The Liga NOS has shot up. And this is why I'm going to tell you right now to be sniping players from Liga NOS today. I cannot stress it enough. The Liga NOS is where it's at in terms of making coins. The boys in my chat have been doing it all night and making huge amounts of coins. But as an example, Belenenses have left wingers. His name is Lika. These are not staying on the market for much more than 6k. Snipe up like Lika without a doubt. He's expensive. Snipe him up. Deginio's the other guy, their right winger. This guy normally sells for about 2k max. He's up at 4.5 at the moment. It's a really solid buy. Be sniping him up without a doubt. So right wingers and left wingers from Belenenses are very, very good to be sniping right now. I can't stress that enough. And Guimarães, they have Leo Bonatini, I think it's a striker, and another one. These guys are always relatively expensive, but they sort of come down with supply. We had supply for the last 3 days. These guys should not be 7,000 coins. They should be about 3 at the moment because we had 2 days of silver supply in a row. Whatever you do, snipe these players up. It's an easy way to make profit. However, I'd also say to you, look at the filters full stop for Liga NOS and just look at the teams that are relatively... A lot of the teams are silver heavy, but look at the ones that are relatively expensive. For me, that's where your coins are right now. That's where you want to make coins. The other team, the league to look at, is Bundesliga for your silvers. Those of you who watch my streams will know this already, but they're extremely high right now. Like if I go look at right backs for Dusseldorf, these are extremely high. The whole market has gone crazy because that liner card, the 7-4 there. What's the... Let's have a little look and see what it's selling for at the moment. We'll buy that one. The market is extremely high in the Bundesliga because of the liner card. People are doing packs and stuff like that for this promo. I can't stress it enough. Get involved with the Bundesliga. It's going to make you a lot of coins. The teams for the Bundesliga and their positions you should be sniping are Dusseldorf right backs, Dusseldorf centre backs. These are all silver filters. Dusseldorf left backs, Dusseldorf CDMs, Dusseldorf centre mids, Dusseldorf strikers. Okay, that's for Dusseldorf. For Paderborn, which is a lot of cards extinct for Paderborn at the moment, which is ridiculous. Look at that. No strikers at all. Strikers for Paderborn, centre mids for Paderborn, CDMs for Paderborn, and centre backs for Paderborn. Snipe them up, you'll make bank. All you want to do at the time when you're sniping them, check what they're selling for. The silver market's relatively fluid, but just check what it's selling for, if anything at all, if there's any on the market. There's none on the market. Look, Paderborn's pretty much extinct. It's a no-brainer to snipe this up. Check what they're selling for with those filters. If they're not making, if they're not high enough, I wouldn't bother. But most of them are going to be extremely high. If they're extinct, 100% get involved, because you'll see people listing for 200 coins, 1,000 coins. You'll be making 9k a card. I can't stress it enough. These filters are the best ones. And the final one I've shown you before, Union Berlin. You want to look at their centre backs, their left backs, their right backs, their CDMs, CMs, and their strikers. Okay. Again, these guys should be low, but because we've got a new League SBC player, they're staying relatively high. In fact, Union Berlin are now extinct as well. They're at 10,000 coins. Snipe them up, bid on them. Those filters there will make you absolute bank for the next 24 to 48 hours. Get involved in it, it will make you loads of coins. But other things to think about, right, is we've had, the reason why Bundesliga is so high at the moment is because we've got that right back liner card who came in at the new League SBC Winter Refresh. We are still due to get them for minor leagues. So today at 6 o'clock, you'll be watching this at 5:30. If at 6 o'clock you see a new Winter Refresh player, so in my opinion, the first thing you should be doing today, check if the mid icon's out, because that's where you're going to make a lot of coins. And you should also then head to players and just check all the leagues. Just go onto them and just do reward details. As you can see, Cyprien was the new one for Ligue 1, which is why it's so high right now. Lena there for Bundesliga. But check every single league and just see what comes out. In fact, you're probably better off doing this about 5 minutes before. EA have been dropping them 5 minutes before 6 o'clock. Check all the League SBCs, see what they're selling for, see what cards there are, sorry, and then see what they're selling for. And just pick up silvers from them. Every single silver will go up in price without fail. Just do that and buy in. If you buy in, I promise you, you will make some profit, whether you know what the filters or not. If you're a Twitch sub, of course, you know the filters already. If you're not a Twitch sub, just buy in. You will make coins. It's guaranteed. It's always profit. Silvers are always massively profitable, so buy into them. That's really the tips that I've got for you right now in terms of the best ways I think there are to make coins right now. I can't really see a better way. Be mindful if buying shapeshifters. Weekend League sale starts tomorrow. They may come down, so I wouldn't look to hold them for longer than 24 hours. But I'd buy into them and sell them on. But you can right now. If I give you any advice, go and look at the prices of them now before lightning rounds start. See what they do in the first lightning round. If they come down quite a bit and don't bounce back as much as you thought they were going to, adjust what you want to buy them in at. But you will make profit doing what I did yesterday and buying a Natal the way I did yesterday. How do you enter this giveaway? I hear you ask. Well, I asked for feedback on my last video about how you guys would like to see a 0 to 1 million series. Would you like it over a week? Would you like it maybe over 2 days in a bigger chunk so you get less detail but it's done quicker? Or would you rather more detail over the course of the week as to how you can make 1 million coins from a 0 start, basically? It might be like a 2,000 coin start, but basically from a 0 start. So I want you to comment down below and tell me how you want that series to go. Do you want that series to run over the course of a week? Or do you want it to run over the course of a couple of days, condensed down? That's all you've got to do to enter this giveaway. And don't forget, make sure you come and follow me on Twitter, because I will be running a giveaway over there on the coming days as well to celebrate 200 subs over on Twitch. But that's going to be the end of the video. If you are new around here, please do subscribe down below. As always, click the like button, all that good stuff. Remember, you've got to be subscribed to win. But for now, lads, I'm out. Peace out. I will speak to you soon.